human trafficking, young boys, young girls, and of course, those that aren't so young, that aren't minors anymore. Jack and I went to the New Jersey Coalition Against Human Trafficking. This was a 2-day summit. And the reason they presented this is because apparently human trafficking is extra severe during large sports events. And hello, we had the World Cup. We heard some horrible and compelling testimony from survivors. What's disturbing is that the numbers are so big, and we don't know exactly how big they are. But what we're finding on the very day, this is really interesting, the very day I testified in May against that bill we just told you about, 2218, that I mentioned, this would make human trafficking so much easier. I get home, and in the news that night, they're talking about a human trafficking ring in Maple Shade, Pensacola, New Jersey, 13 arrests that they'd been following for a year. So you can't catch up with these people very quickly. They're wily. They know what they're doing. They can come across the border and seem like one of your nice neighbors, by the way. So the human trafficking is very serious. The DOJ, and I think Fox, when they covered this story, they located recently 146,000 children who are unaccounted for who'd come across the border. 146,000. They have reason to believe the universe is about 450,000 children. So there are 300,000 children they cannot locate who have come across the border. Now, if you think there's a political motivation, even Joe Biden's DOJ brought this up, Department of Justice in August 2020, before Trump came in, the August before he came in. Mm-hmm. They already were looking at this. So this is not a new number. This is a lot of kids. The story, too, is that these people are paying the parents to give safe harbor for their child and bringing them across the border,
right?
When in fact they're being trafficked.
So when they hand the child over to another person, who is that person that they're handing that child over to? Well, it used to be they would do DNA testing on the child and to confirm that they were. However, the Biden administration stopped that.
Oh, really?
So. We don't know under the Biden administration, why would they stop that, first of all? Why would they not want to confirm that this child is a family member? They stopped doing that. And so now we don't know who we handed those kids over to. And that means of the million that came into New Jersey, how many were children? And God knows who we handed those kids over to. We don't know. And again, we could know if you looked hard enough, but apparently the Biden administration didn't care who they handed it over. And apparently Phil Murphy didn't care either during his administration. So human trafficking is huge, and we have to do a show on that.